Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Podcasters, the podcast where we uncover the truth surrounding some conspiracies that we found interesting and explore some of the theories we've seen being used to explain them. So then how do you go to tournaments when you're not in like the school season?
You
You don't?
get yourself to tournaments and you play individually?
You just sign up?
Yeah.
Like, I want to spend 12 hours this weekend playing
Yeah.
chess. That's what I want to do.
Over the summer, like, usually the tournaments are like a few days long. So it's like 12 hours.
For
A
like 5
few-
days.
More like 2 or 3 usually.
That's still like, you spend like a whole day and a half playing chess.
Yeah.
It's an individual sport, so you could just sign up whenever.
Yeah.
In volleyball, you have to like have a team.
Yeah.
Like I need to connect with my setter. Otherwise, he's gonna set me a ball I don't like,
Uh-oh.
and I'm gonna kill the setter. If you could play a sport, what would you play? Like physical sport, because chess is still a sport.
Yeah. I do like tennis. I used to take lessons.
Like, you know, the people who do like all the solo sports have like a bunch of trophies and medals.
Yeah.
If you do team sports, you have like 4 medals.
Yeah.
Do you have medals from chess, or what
I
do you
have-
get as like reward?
Well, I have 5 trophies from like elementary school. And then they stopped giving out trophies in high school. I do
Wow.
have a plaque. And then,
Plaques are cooler than trophies.
yeah. And then, I mean, I've helped with a bunch of team trophies. So,
Is your like
yeah.
the Stanley Cup, or you like have your name on it?
No.
Oh, so it's just like, yeah, I helped with that
Yeah.
win.
Yeah.
Couldn't have done it without me. I was scrolling on TikTok. Yes, I know, again, don't judge me. When one of those Minecraft parkour videos popped up. You know, the ones with the AI voiceovers for Reddit stories? Super entertaining. Of course, with nothing better to do, I watched it. The Reddit question was, what are some conspiracy theories that you think are 100% real? Must be legit. And that's when I heard about something called the light bulb theory. The light bulb theory is a pretty simple one. It's the idea that certain technologies, even simple things like light bulbs, have intentionally been held back or even sabotaged so that industries can stay alive and continue to make profit. The theory points to something that actually happened back in the 1920s, when a bunch of major light bulb manufacturers allegedly formed a secret cartel known as the Phobos Cartel. They came together and made an agreement to limit the lifespan of light bulbs to around 1,000 hours. But why? Why would they do this? Don't they care about the welfare of the general public? No. These manufacturers want to squeeze as much money out of us as they can. If they choose to produce longer-lasting bulbs, then people wouldn't need to buy replacements as often, and that's just bad for business. So, instead of pushing innovation forward, manufacturers have literally designed and engineered their products to fail so that we can become repeat consumers. And it's still going on to this day. This practice has a name: planned obsolescence. Why do I think there's some truth behind the light bulb theory? Well, because it's actually true. Businesses have been doing this for literal decades, tech manufacturers specifically. Let's talk about Apple. To our older listeners, do you remember when the new iPhone coming out felt like a major event every year? People would line up outside Apple stores and wait for days, sleeping in tents for the new iPhone. I'm sure you've seen that video where there's a kid with the first spot in line outside the store, and this lady pays him $5,000 in cash up front to take his spot in line. Of course, he took the deal because $5,000 is $5,000, and she was the first person let in the store. Her initial plan was to just buy every iPhone they had, but was unaware that it was a one per customer kind of deal, just because so many people wanted one. I think that video is so funny because she paid the kid 5 times the money she paid for one iPhone. Still, that's how important the new iPhone was. Now it's become sort of a meme that future generations of iPhones just have more and more camera lenses. I think Apple finally realized that they don't have to try to reinvent the wheel every time. They just need to add one new and unique feature to the next iPhone so they can call it different from the last one. I had an iPhone 8 as my first phone, and I kept it for 4 years, mainly because I wasn't super glued to my phone like I am now. In fact, I barely used it. I only upgraded to the iPhone 12 because my 8 was nearing the end of its lifespan. The battery died in hours, and I hated the constant iOS updates. It seemed like it just couldn't keep up anymore. But here's the thing. Apple was actually caught doing this to older phones. In 2017, Apple admitted to intentionally slowing down older iPhones through software updates. They claimed it was to preserve battery life, but they didn't tell users they were doing it until they were caught. Apple ended up facing multiple lawsuits and paid hundreds of millions of dollars in settlements. So, if you're wondering whether tech companies purposely make your old stuff feel slow or outdated, they do. And it's not just light bulbs or iPhones. Planned obsolescence is literally everywhere. If you own a printer, take them for example. Some printers have chips that literally stop the printer from working after a certain number of pages, even if everything is functioning properly. There are even reports that some appliances, like washing machines and dishwashers, have software and mechanical parts designed to fail after just a few years. Why? Because if it breaks, you'll either pay for repairs that cost almost as much as a new one, or just buy a new one. And guess who profits either way? The thing is, we've been trained to accept this. You go and buy something new, and when it stops working 2 years later, you don't question it, you just go, well, it's time for a new one. It's become normal to toss out electronics, repair appliances, and upgrade our phones every 2 years. But should it be? If a car from the 90s can last 20 years, why can't a $1,000 phone make it past 3 without lagging like it's on life support? Now let's talk about another quick conspiracy where governments have intentionally held back technologies. In 1986, an inventor named Stanley Meyer claimed to have built a car that ran entirely on water. He went to the media with proof that the car worked, and according to reports, the engine could split water into hydrogen and oxygen using a process called electrolysis, and then use the hydrogen as fuel. No gasoline, no emissions, just plain old water. It was supposedly able to go 845 miles between fill-ups, so it was super efficient. But when the oil and gas industry saw this invention, they allegedly offered him millions to shelve the project. He refused. Then, in 1988, while having dinner with potential investors for his revolutionary water-powered car, he suddenly ran outside, clutching his throat. His final words were, "They poisoned me." He died shortly after. The cause of death was officially listed as a cerebral aneurysm, but his brother, who was at the dinner, insisted that Stanley was murdered for his invention. And just like that, the water-powered car vanished from the public eye. Was this a coincidence or a cover-up? Stanley Meyer's story isn't the only one that sounds suspicious. There's also the story of Nikola Tesla. He claimed to have developed a way to wirelessly transmit free energy, completely free power to the public. No wires, no bills. But after his investor, J.P. Morgan, found out it couldn't be monetized, he allegedly pulled all funding and sabotaged the project. Tesla died penniless, and much of his work mysteriously vanished after the FBI seized his research. This makes you wonder, how many breakthroughs have we never seen just because they didn't fit the business model? Light bulbs are supposed to outlast the people that buy them by now, so why don't they? There is currently a light bulb that has been on since 1901, clearly a bulb from before the plan in the 1920s, so something is up. Phones that could be repaired with ease require so much money, it makes sense for you to just get the newest one. Once these habits start, the industries have got you. Clean energy technology like water-powered engines, they either disappear or never hit the market. Why? Because permanent solutions means permanent profit loss. And that's just how our economy is built. As long as companies are able to benefit more from making you a repeat consumer than a set-aside one-time buyer, planned obsolescence is going to stick around. It's up to the industries themselves to let go of their greed. So, the next time your light bulb burns out too quickly, or your phone starts slowing down, just remember, maybe it's not just bad luck, maybe it's them. That's it for today's episode of The Podcasters. If this one got your gears turning, be sure to share it with someone who needs their mind blown. Until next time.